Hello everyone, this is Pooja Davar and today I am going to explain the lesson A Triumph of Surgery from the book The Footprints Without Feet. The story A Triumph of Surgery is about the affectionate bond between a dog and his mistress. Though the mistress loves and pampers the dog to an unmatchable limit, it becomes problematic for the dog when he gets so overweight that he cannot even walk or move easily. Dr. Harriet, who is the narrator of the lesson as well, understands the real cause of this serious problem and finds an easy solution to get the dog back to his normal health. James Alfred White, known by the pen name James Harriet, was a British veterinary surgeon and writer who used his many years of experiences as a veterinary surgeon to write a series of books, each consisting of stories about animals and their owners. He is best known for these semi autobiographical works, beginning with If Only They Could Talk in 1970, which spawned a series of movies and television series. I was really worried about Tricky this time. I had pulled up my car when I saw him in the street with his mistress, and I was shocked at his appearance. He had become hugely fat, like a bloated sausage, with a leg at each corner. His eyes, bloodshot and rheumy, stared straight ahead, and his tongue lolled from his jaws. Now, pulled up means stopped, bloated means increased in size or swollen. Sausage means a non-vegetarian preparation stuffed into small lengths. And rheumy means watery. And lolled means hung out. The author of the lesson, James Harriet, is a veterinary doctor. The lesson starts when he happens to see Tricky on the way and his appearance worries him. He says that he stopped his car out of extreme curiosity and concern about the dog Tricky, who was with his mistress on the walk. Tricky had become extraordinarily fat, bulky, and was looking like a swollen, stuffed sausage, and a leg on each corner was visible to make him look like a dog, otherwise, he was looking like a sausage only. His eyes had become red and watery. He was staring, means looking straight only, and his tongue was hanging out of his open mouth. And all these things gave Harriet an impression that Tricky was not well. Mrs. Pumphrey hastened to explain, "He was so listless, Mr. Harriet. He seemed to have no energy. I thought he must be suffering from malnutrition, so I have been giving him some extras, little extras between meals to build him up, some malt and cod liver oil and a bowl of Horlicks at night to make him sleep. Nothing much really." Now, hasten means to be quick to do something, and listless means lacking energy and enthusiasm. As Mrs. Pumphrey saw Mr. Harriet, she instantly started explaining that Tricky was very dull, lacking in energy. She further said that she felt that Tricky was suffering from malnutrition, means he was not getting proper nutrition from whatever he was eating. So she had started some short meals between the meals to give him extra nutrition like malt, cod liver oil. Now, cod liver oil is the oil of the liver of a fish named cod, and a bowl of Horlicks at night so that the dog could have a sound sleep with completely filled stomach. And after this, she says, nothing much really, means she thought these many things as a bit only for Tricky, not too much or sufficient enough. "And did you cut down on the sweet things as I told you?" "Oh, I did for a bit, but he seemed to be so weak I had to relent. He does love cream cakes and chocolates, so I can't bear to refuse him." I looked down again at the little dog. That was the trouble. Tricky's only fault was greed. He had never been known to refuse food. He would tackle a meal at any hour of the day or night. And I wondered about all the things Mrs. Pumphrey hadn't mentioned. "Are you giving him plenty of exercise?" "Well, he has his little walks with me, as you can see, but Hawking, the gardener, has been down with lumbago, so there has been no ring throwing lately." Now, relent means leave the harsh behavior. Tackle means handle to manage. Hear, digest. Wonder means thought. And lumbago means muscular pain in the lower part of back. That is called lumbar region. Then, surprised enough to hear all this, Mr. Heriot asked Mrs. Pumphrey if she had reduced the amount of sweet things that he had told earlier also not to continue for Tricky. For this, Mrs. Pumphrey answers that she did, but not for a long period. For a bit means she reduced only for some days. She stopped giving sweet things to Tricky only for some days, but Tricky seemed so weak to Mrs. Pumphrey that she couldn't remain strict with that reduce of sweets, and seeing the ardent love of Tricky for cream cakes and chocolates, she started giving those things again. Feeling pity for the dog, Mr. Heriot looked down at the dog again and understood what actually the problem was. It was Tricky's love for food and Mrs. Pumphrey's love for Tricky that was the reason for trouble for the poor dog. Tricky was famous for his food loving behavior. He could adjust or digest any food anytime, whether day or night. Such was his temptation for food. And Mr. Heriot was thinking still there must be numerous things that Mrs. Pumphrey had hidden from him. Then he further asked for his exercise schedule, as if he was eating that much, his exercise schedule also must be properly followed. Mrs. Pumphrey replied that he did nothing else than those little walks as he was doing that time. The reason was that the gardener who used to play with Tricky earlier had been suffering from lumbago. So he was not enjoying his ring throwing game even for the last some days or weeks. I tried to sound severe. Now I really mean this. If you don't cut his food right down and give him more exercise, he is going to be really ill. You must harden your heart and keep him on a very strict diet. Mrs. Pumphrey wrung her hands. Oh, I will, Mr. Heriot. I am sure you are right. But it is so difficult, so very difficult. She set off, head down along the road, as if determined to put the new regime into practice immediately. Now, severe means serious, full of concern. Wrung means hair twisted or moved. And regime means prescribed course of exercise or diet. Now Mr. Heriot wanted that his sound, his tone should have some serious note in it. It should have some impact to make the things clear what he what he really meant. He told Mrs. Pumphrey that it was necessary for Tricky to reduce the amount of unnecessary food from his diet and to add some more exercise and physical activity if she wanted to keep him fit and fine. Otherwise, it could be problematic for Tricky in coming future. He advised Mrs. Pumphrey to be strong at heart while deciding his diet plan. Mrs. Pumphrey moved her hands in an effort to make that she will do so, but sidewise she expressed her difficulty in doing so because Tricky had become habitual of such set diet, so now cutting short of his favorite items was seeming difficult to Mrs. Pumphrey. She went off down the street, putting her head down as if she was planning how she would follow the new regime. I watched their progress with growing concern. Tricky was tottering along in his little tweed coat. He had a whole wardrobe of these coats for the cold weather and a raincoat for the wet days. He struggled on, drooping in his harness. I thought it wouldn't be long before I heard from Mrs. Pumphrey. Now, tottering means moving in an unsteady manner. Tweed is a type of wool, Scottish wool, and drooping means bent downwards. Author says that he watched them going as he was worried about both of them. Tricky was walking in an unsteady manner, looking cute in his tweed coat. He had a wardrobe full of different type of coats for different occasions and weathers, and a raincoat for rains too. It was looking like he was having problem even in walking, and he was leaning on his harness. Seeing the lethargic condition of Tricky, Mr. Heriot was so very sure to get a call from Mrs. Pumphrey regarding Tricky's health. The expected call came within a few days. Mrs. Pumphrey was distraught. Tricky would eat nothing, refused even his favorite dishes, and besides, he had bouts of vomiting. He spent all his time lying on a rug, panting. Didn't want to go for walks, didn't want to do anything. I had made my plans in advance. The only way was to get Tricky out of the house for a period. I suggested that he be hospitalized for about a fortnight to be kept under observation. The poor lady almost swooned. She was sure he would pine and die if he did not see her every day. But I took a firm line. Tricky was very ill, and this was the only way to save him. In fact, I thought it best to take him without delay. And now, the meaning of distraught is extremely worried. Meaning of bouts is short intervals. Panting means short, quick breaths or breathing heavily. Fortnight is a period of 15 days. Swooned means fainted due to extreme emotion. And pine means miss or long for. And it so happened to, within few days only, Mrs. Pumphrey called Mr. Heriot. Mrs. Pumphrey was extremely worried. Tricky had stopped eating. The thing that worried Mrs. Pumphrey was that he was not eating even his favorite dishes and was vomiting at short intervals. He had become so dull physically that he was not moving any more and just lying on the rug or carpet, breathing heavily. He showed his disinterest for going for walk and doing anything. Before Mrs. Pumphrey's call only, Mr. Heriot had his plans ready with him. He had thought what to do to get Tricky well. The only way he thought could help was to keep Tricky away from his house for some days. Actually, there was no need to get him hospitalized according to Mr. Heriot, but for keeping him away from the pampered atmosphere of home, he suggested that Tricky should be hospitalized for about 15 days so that Mr. Heriot could observe him day and night thoroughly. Hearing that Tricky had to get hospitalized for 15 days, Mrs. Pumphrey felt like getting fainted, and she was sure for the same from Tricky's side too. She felt that Tricky also will not be able to stay without her and die if he won't see her every day. But Mr. Heriot stayed firm on his decision. Tricky's condition made him sure for the only way to save him from his illness. And seeing Mrs. Pumphrey's extreme emotional behavior, he thought he should move with Tricky from there without a second's delay. And followed by Mrs. Pumphrey's wailings, I marched out to the car carrying the little dog wrapped in a blanket. The entire staff was roused and maids rushed in and out bringing his daybed, his nightbed, favorite cushions, toys and rubber rings, breakfast bowl, lunch bowl, supper bowl. Realizing that my car would never hold all the stuff, I started to drive away. As I moved off, Mrs. Pumphrey, with a despairing cry, threw an armful of the little coats through the window. I looked in the mirror before I turned the corner of the drive. Everybody was in tears. Out on the road, I glanced down at the pathetic little animal gasping on the seat by my side. I patted the head and Tricky made a brave effort to wag his tail. Poor old lad, I said, you haven't a kick in you, but I think I know a cure for you. The meaning of wailing is crying loudly. Roused is put to work or instructed. Despairing, showing loss of hope. Glanced down means looked down. Pathetic means pitiful. And gasping means struggling to breathe. And ignoring Mrs. Pumphrey's crying and emotional screaming, he stepped out towards his car, taking Tricky in his arms, wrapped in a blanket. The attendants in the house were given instructions, and the maids were busy in collecting all the things that Mrs. Pumphrey thought necessary for Tricky, like his day bed, his night bed, favorite cushions, toys, rubber rings to play, breakfast bowl, lunch bowl, supper bowl, etc. Mr. Heriot felt it difficult to adjust all these things in his car, so he didn't wait for anything and gave the car a start. As he started and moved a bit, he saw that Mrs. Pumphrey was crying hopelessly, and she was wishful to give some little coats for Tricky that she threw from the window. She wanted that Tricky should remain comfortable in all ways. When Mr. Heriot took a turn from the corner, he saw in side mirror that everybody was crying. When they had come a little distance away, Mr. Heriot saw Tricky breathing heavily on his side. Mr. Heriot felt pity for him. Out of concern, he patted his head, and Tricky also showed a friendly gesture and made it clear by wagging his tail. Mr. Heriot knew that he was not having energy in him. He told him this and also tried to make him feel relaxed by saying that he knew the cure for his problem. At the surgery, the household dog surged round me. Tricky looked down at the noisy pack with dull eyes and, when put down, lay motionless on the carpet. The other dogs, after sniffing round him for a few seconds, decided he was an uninteresting object and ignored him. I made up a bed for him in a warm, loose box next to the one where the other dogs slept. For 2 days, I kept an eye on him, giving him no food but plenty of water. At the end of the second day, he started to whimper, to show some interest in his surroundings, and on the third, he began to whimper when he heard the dogs in the yard. When I opened the door, Tricky trotted out and was immediately engulfed by Joe, the greyhound, and his friends. After rolling him over and thoroughly inspecting him, the dogs moved off down the garden. Tricky followed them, rolling slightly with his surplus fat. Later that day, I was present at feeding time. I watched while Tristan slopped the food into the bowls. There was the usual headlong rush, followed by the sounds of high-speed eating. Every dog knew that if he fell behind the others, he was liable to have some competition for the last part of his meal. The meaning of surged is moved suddenly forward and upward. Noisy pack means group of dogs. Sniffing means smelling. Whimper is to make a series of low, feeble sound of pain or unhappiness. Then trotted means ran at a moderate pace or average speed. Engulfed, here it means surrounded or approached. Greyhound is a breed of dogs, and slopped means spilled over the edge of a container. At the veterinary clinic. Now here surgery means veterinary clinic, otherwise surgery is operation, but here it means veterinary clinic. At the clinic, the previous member dogs were there. As they saw Tricky, they gathered around him, moving upward and forward as if trying to judge him. Tricky was so dull that time that he didn't respond to their call, just gave a quiet look, and when Mr. Heriot put him down from his lap, he laid down on the carpet without any movement. The other dogs tried from their side to make him their friend. They came and sniffed, smelled him, but when they got no reaction from Tricky, they thought it useless to waste their time upon him, and thinking him uninteresting object, they went. Now Mr. Heriot arranged things for Tricky's sleep same way as were there for other dogs. A warm, cozy, big box at the same place where others slept. The only thing that Mr. Heriot did was observing him, just keeping an eye, as he didn't give him any food but gave plenty of water only. 2 days there was no change in Tricky's condition. He remained dull and lethargic same way, but by the end of the second day he started giving signs that he too was getting interested in the surroundings. And finally on third day he gave a low, feeble, weak sound when he heard that the dogs were playing around him in the yard. When Mr. Heriot opened the door, Tricky took an initiative. made a start to come out and trotted means at a moderate pace he came out, at an average speed he came out with short steps, and soon was surrounded by Joe, soon was approached by Joe, a greyhound. Greyhound is a breed of dogs. All other dogs came and started playing with him as they earlier also tried. But earlier Tricky only was not willing to or didn't have the energy to play. But now when he was ready, they all came, rolled him on the floor, inspected him, checked whether he was ready to befriend or not, and then they all moved down the garden. But this time Tricky also followed them, though he was still overweight and figured enough to be active, but slowly he too moved down. That same day, when it was the time for feed for dogs, Mr. Heriot was present to take care of Tricky. Tristan, the attendant or the caretaker of dogs, filled the bowl of each dog till the brim, means spilled it till the edge of the container. There was an initial rush, means all started eating from their bowls at earliest, and the place was filled with the sound of high speed eating. It echoed with the sound of high speed eating, and it was because each dog knew if he didn't finish his part soon, the others would come to share after finishing their own. So it was a sort of competition to empty the bowls first.